So this video is all about how you are keeping you poor, how your mindset, your approach and your behaviors are the only thing that stands in the way between you and a secure financial future or a decent shot at retirement. The reason I'm making it is because I needed to hear these too, and I want you to hear them as well. This video is kind of like my thesis or my vision, the thing that changed how I approach investing and my retirement. It's the thing that's going to help me take my last $10,000 and turn it into $1 million retirement portfolio using just Bitcoin. It's really set the precedent and the rules that I will follow throughout this journey. And I want you guys to save this and come back to it time and time again, almost like a textbook, something you can come back to when those moments you're feeling uncomfortable, you don't feel like you're doing the right thing, you feel like you could be lost. This is the video I want you to come back to and refer to, because it's these rules, it's this approach and mindset that will get you where you need to be. It's these rules that will be the difference between a bad retirement and a good one. I want this video to be here for years to come, to be an absolute flagship of my channel. So it's not my normal format and it's not how I usually talk, but I think it's vitally important to the project, to my retirement. And if you're following me on this journey too, because you're the same as me, where you don't have a nest egg or any options for a good retirement, I hope this can help you as well. So save it for later, bookmark it, do what you need to, but please come back to it time and time again and help me make this vision, this thesis, the core of the $1 million Bitcoin exit. Not moving doesn't mean never acting. What it really means is working and moving and acting within a preset of defined rules. Because everything you've been told about making money and investing is engineered to keep you poor. And there's a massive war being waged for your attention, even right now. On one side, centuries of evidence, maths, experienced investors telling you exactly what to do. And on the other side is your phone, your emotions, and an industry that profits every time you move. Guess which side is winning? Now, quick caveat before we go any further. When I say don't move, I'm not talking about blind buying and holding, or even DCA for that matter. I'm talking about making fewer decisions. I'm talking about a rotational strategy that I use, right? Riding sustained rallies when price is going up, and then rotating back out to stables when structural risk looks pretty damn sure, and no leverage ever. Now, with that out of the way, here's the idea that seems way too simple to be true. Doing almost nothing beats everyone. Not by a little bit, but by orders of magnitude. Because it's boring, because it doesn't feel like progress. Because the entire financial ecosystem is engineered to convince you that action equals results. It doesn't. This is education, not financial advice. But it is a lens, one that will help you change the way you view investments, money, and your behavior. Most people who try to beat the markets through trading never do. Not because they're stupid, because trading turns investing into a battle against your central nervous system, against professionals with much better tools than you, and a cost structure that quietly bleeds you. Every extra trade you make adds friction, slippage, mistakes, tax. And the most dangerous part about it is it actually feels productive. Markets aren't a money printing machine. They're a wealth transfer machine. People with patience, process, and low cost tend to end up on one side of that transfer. People chasing excitement tend to end up on the other. Read that again, guys. That's not poetry, that's a diagram. Short-term traders provide liquidity. They create churn, they pay the tolls. Long-term owners let time do the heavy lifting. Not because they're smarter, because they understand the game. Benjamin Graham, a man Warren Buffett called his intellectual father, drew a line decades ago. Now, in crypto terms, that's the difference between building a long-term position and chasing the next narrative. People who invest make money for themselves. People who trade make money for their exchanges and brokers. Exchanges don't care if you win or lose. They care when you trade. Influencers don't care if you build wealth. They care if you click or engage. The ecosystem is incentivized to keep you moving because the reality is your movement is their revenue. Benjamin Graham was a big advocate of trading psychology, and he was able to polarize it in very simple ways. Ultimately, what it drew down to was psychology and patience is the only edge you ever need. And the best thing about that is no one can take it from you. Now, if the maths is so clear, why doesn't everyone play the long game? The reality is your brain wasn't wired to compound wealth. It was wired to survive. It's wired for immediate threat, immediate reward. Now you're holding a device that can show you every red or green candle in real time. It can blast news into your pocket at the blink of an eye, and it will let you buy and sell meme coins in seconds. That mismatch is extremely expensive. The crypto industry understands your triggers, right? FOMO, loss aversion, boredom, social proof. So it designs alerts, products, content, communities to keep you reacting to these things. Not because reaction helps you, because reaction helps them. You don't have a trading problem, right? You have an identity problem. If you think of yourself as a trader, action is what you do. You know, if you're a trader that doesn't log in and trade every day, you're not a trader. The best investors don't identify as traders, they identify as owners. Owners don't log into Zoopla and refresh their house price every 15 minutes. They don't panic because a neighbor had a bad week. They hold through the noise and they ride out that arc of value creation. Once you internalize ownership, you stop viewing volatility as danger, and then you start to view it as something more temporary, like bad weather. Buffett's strategy sounds boring because it is. Our favorite period of holding is forever. And if you're not thinking about owning it for 10 years, don't own it for 10 minutes. That's a rejection of constant updates, constant news and narrative and opinions, constant new opportunities, and constant movement, because ownership plus time plus patience, that's the formula. Crypto turns the attention war up to 11. New narratives every week, new coins, new alpha, new signals, new trade setup, the next 50x, next 1000x. Most of it is really designed to create a level of urgency for you. But my stance is simple. Bitcoin is the long-term asset. Most altcoins are speculation at best, whether you like to admit it or not. If I do take a risk, I want it to be intentional, I want it to be contained. This is the part that most people miss. Not moving doesn't mean never acting. It means only acting on a preset of determined conditions. Having a set of rules. For my project, that means riding sustained rallies when price momentum is good and liquidity is flowing. And it means preserving capital when the regime changes to risk off. It means no leverage ever. The edge has never been about prediction. It's about discipline. The short game is exciting and the long game is boring, and boredom is uncomfortable. But excitement and returns are often inversely correlated. If you do need a thrill, quarantine it, contain it. Keep it small, keep it separate, and don't let it anywhere near your capital that's meant for your future. Thanks for staying this far, guys, because this is the most important bit. Here's the uncomfortable truth, right? Most people won't do this, not because they don't understand it, because they do, because understanding isn't the bottleneck. The bottleneck is temperament. Can you sit still while the world screams at you to move? Because the math is waiting quietly on the other side of boredom. The slow way is the sure way. The boring way is the only way. Which side will you be on? If this video has helped you and you feel it could help somebody else, please share it, send it, WhatsApp it, do what you need to. But I'd really appreciate it, guys, because I needed to hear this, and I know out there somewhere other people need to hear it too.